Hi, my name is Jody Brown, Reggae Girls Forward.
I am Kanya Plummer, defender.
I'm Trudy Carter, midfielder/winger.
I am Sashana Campbell, a defender.
And you are watching Halftime TV.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. And today we have some news. It broke yesterday, but I'll be chiming in or basically sharing my take on everything that transpired. All right, so the big news coming out of England, and I know usually when we come on here, we're talking about the Reggae Boys or we're talking about Leon Bailey or male football in general, if it's not track and field, obviously. But today we're talking about Khadijah Shaw. Now, Jamaica's most prolific and Manchester City's most prolific striker in their history actually limped off injured a couple of days ago. Yesterday, the results came back, and the initial reports are indicating that Khadijah Shaw will be missing the rest of the season. Now, not to be alarmed because I think there's only a handful of games left. I think like 3 games. Hold on, let me confirm. But I think there are 3 games remaining in the title race, and Manchester City, their main competitor is Chelsea. And the Chelsea women's team has been exceptional in England over the past couple of years. They've fallen short in the Champions League to Barcelona as well as a couple of the top contenders. But this season, Chelsea and Manchester City, they're going down to the wire. And it's a similar situation as we're seeing on the male side, where Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester City are basically pushing each other all the way down to the wire. On the female side, we have Manchester City currently leading the table. However, they have a game ahead of Chelsea, or they have a game more. The point standings, 49 points for Manchester City with 54 goals scored, goal difference of 42. For Chelsea, it's 46 points with 39 goal difference, 18 matches played. Now, the initial reports indicate that Khadijah Shaw may have broken her leg in that game against West Ham. If we remember correctly, she left that game. She didn't come back after the halftime break, and we were a little bit cautious. We're paying attention, but we're like, okay, probably it's a precautionary measure. However, at full time, she was seen leaving the ground in crutches. It's been reported by Sky Sports that Khadijah Shaw will miss the rest of the season. And I'll just read a little bit from the article that was published by Sky Sports yesterday. And this is Tuesday, April 23rd. Bunny Shaw is the Women's Super League top scorer with 21 goals in 18 games this season. Shaw was seen leaving the stadium in a protective boot on Sunday after their 5-0 victory over West Ham. Manchester City striker Bunny Shaw could miss the rest of the Women's Super League season after their crucial title running, through injury. All right, so again, it's heartbreaking for Khadijah Shaw. She's having such a fantastic season, and looking across the board on Chelsea and what they've been doing, they've been getting their job done. And it's a similar situation to the males, as we see Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City going neck and neck. Whenever Manchester City wins, Arsenal wins. Whenever Liverpool wins, Arsenal wins most times. All right. So Khadijah Shaw, with 3 games remaining, she may very well miss out. And I'll see if I can find the games that are left to play. But I think Rachel Daly, who plays for Aston Villa, Manchester City has Aston Villa to play as well. And Rachel Daly is the next most prolific striker since 2022-2023 season to now, when we're not talking about Khadijah Bunny Shaw. So Man City, on April 28th, they have Bristol City. On May 5, they'll be playing Arsenal. And on May 18, they'll be playing Aston Villa. All right, so Aston Villa will basically be that game that they need to top it off with Aston Villa. So you're going up against basically your main competitor for goals over the past couple of years, and for goals, and this is the goal contribution from both Shaw and Rachel Daly. So 51 goals/assists for Shaw since 2022-2023 season to present, and Rachel Daly out of Aston Villa, 34 goals and assists since 2022-2023. It's going to be a huge run-in because we know Khadija Shaw has been exceptional, and it's one of those things where it's a similar situation to Leon Bailey, where she's at odds with the national program with the JFF, and that has been ongoing. But regardless of what's happening with the national team, whenever Khadija Shaw laces up her boots for Manchester City, the Jamaican and the Reggae Girls fans, they're constantly cheering her on because we want her to continue doing well. And what she's doing is actually paving the way for a lot of young Jamaican footballers, females, of course, and males, but more so the females who are looking to break through and to take that next step towards professional football. But I'm going to throw it over to you, the viewers and subscribers, because I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. Do you think Manchester City, as things stand right now, do you think they're capable of winning the title without Khadija Bonnie Shaw? Again, look across the street, you see Lauren James, you see all these fantastic players for Chelsea who's been doing so very well over the last couple of years on the women's side. And then you look at Manchester City, Khadija Shaw, who has proven to be one of the best deals they've done on the female side, worth every penny based on her return on investment. And now she's out for the last 3 games. I know it's only 9 points up for grabs, and we still have to assume that Chelsea will win all their games. But Manchester City, they need to do what they need to do, because at the end of the day, they're leading now. But as I said, Chelsea is very close behind. And again, I'll run through it one last time for you guys. So Manchester City on 49 points, Chelsea on 46 points. Manchester City goal difference 42, Chelsea goal difference 39. All right, so what would need to happen, the game that Chelsea has in hand, if Chelsea wins that game by 3 goals or more, then they'll go ahead of Manchester City. Okay, so right now, this title for the female side, and this is the WSL, could very well go down to goal difference as it stands right now. Manchester City, they've won 16 games, they've drawn 1, and they've lost 2. Chelsea, they've won 15 games, drawn 1, lost 2. So most of it is equal. Goals scored for Manchester City, 54 goals. For Chelsea, 53 goals. Goals against, 12 goals for Manchester City, 14 for Chelsea. So these two teams, there is virtually nothing to separate them. If we're to be frank, Arsenal is the next best thing, and they're on 43 points, but they played the same amount of games as Manchester City. So overall, I think it's an interesting title race on the WSL side, and I know all eyes have been on the male side, but Khadija Bonnie Shaw, Jamaica's and Manchester City's most prolific striker, will be missing the remaining 3 games of the season. But the question now becomes, can Manchester City do it without her? We've seen the contributions that she's made to this team. We've seen how lethal she is in front of goal. And I think now the business end of the season, as we usually love to call it, they need her more than ever. But what that means as well is that some of the other players in the squad will need to step up, and they'll need to chip in with some goals, because obviously in the absence of Khadija, the onus will be on them and more pressure will be on them to deliver. Manchester City can't get the job done. It's really on them. And I know Khadija, if she sits on the sideline and sees her team blow the opportunity to lift the WSL title, then she'll be kicking herself. And no pun intended there. Okay, so big shout out to everyone who's tuned into the channel. Remember, smash the like button, subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't done so, and leave your thoughts below. Do you think Manchester City can do it without Khadija Bonnie Shaw? Let's hear it. Until next time.